Liverpool gets a big boost ahead of the clash with Manchester City as an important player is seen in training. Rumors of Callum Kelleher's injury are revealed, bringing surprising news. Hello, my friend supporter. Welcome to another video from the greatest club in the world. Let's get into the video. Mohamed Salah is back in Liverpool training and close to returning to action after a thigh tendon injury. The forward suffered a muscle injury while away with Egypt at the African Cup of Nations in January and was sidelined for about a month. Salah came off the bench against Brentford on February 17th, scoring and assisting in Liverpool's 4-1 win. However, he aggravated the injury and has missed 4 Reds matches since then. But the 31-year-old has resumed training with the first team and is in contention to face Sparta Prague in the first leg of Liverpool's Europa League round of 16 tie on Thursday. Jurgen Klopp's side then hosts Sparta Prague in the second leg and wraps up action before the March international break with a trip to rivals Manchester United in the FA Cup quarter-finals. To aid Salah's recovery and provide him with a longer rest period, Liverpool has asked the Egyptian Football Association not to select him for the upcoming international games in March. This request is expected to be denied if Salah plays for clubs before then. Salah has scored 19 goals and provided 10 assists in 28 appearances in all competitions for Liverpool so far this season. The Reds could end the campaign with 4 trophies, having already won the Carabao Cup, but Salah missed the final against Chelsea due to injury. One of the players most linked to Liverpool so far has been Wolves forward, Pedro Neato. Amidst a good season at the Midlands club, Neato seems poised to move on at the end of the season. According to journalist Ben Jacobs from the Daily Briefing, Liverpool is likely to be in the mix. It's clear that offers will start from £65 million or more. But the final number Wolves are seeking could reach £80 million, Jacobs reports. No specific fee is being quoted directly to interested clubs. The only advantage players like Arsenal and Spurs may have is that Wolves, like many other Premier League clubs, will be mindful of profit and sustainability rules. A summer deal seems quite likely, and alongside the 2 North London clubs, Liverpool cannot be entirely ruled out. But much will depend first on their new sporting director and manager. Liverpool in the mix for Neato. Of course, defining an exact plan for Liverpool this summer is complicated. For the first time since the summer of 2015, a coach other than Jurgen Klopp will oversee the transfer window. Much has changed in the following years. Back then, the Reds were trying to bring in players who had just finished 7th in the Premier League. Without the allure of Champions League football or anything else, things were tough for Liverpool. However, this particular window was still relatively successful. Although they made mistakes with Christian Benteke and Danny Ings, a certain Roberto Firmino arrived. The same happened with James Milner and Joe Gomez, for a total of £3.5 million. This was evidence of Liverpool's extensive recruitment process working perfectly. And while Klopp is leaving, and Michael Edwards has long since left the club, this process still remains largely intact. As a result, we can expect to see the same from Liverpool. The player profile may be slightly different depending on the incoming coach, but the strategy will continue. With that in mind, we simply don't see how the Reds can get something between £65 to £80 million for Neato. The 23-year-old is an excellent player and has had a solid season so far, but he hasn't done anything to justify spending that much money. While Liverpool evaluates which direction to take in a post-Mohamed Salah world, it's worth evaluating Neato. Unless the price drops dramatically, we'd mark the Reds as strangers in this case. However, there's no smoke without fire, so don't count them out. Liverpool is embroiled in a tussle with Bayern Munich and Bayer Leverkusen for the services of Xabi Alonso next season. Alonso is considered a prime candidate to replace Jurgen Klopp. Reports suggest Alonso is in talks with Bayern, while Leverkusen also shows interest. Liverpool awaits developments, with the situation potentially taking a turn. Although denying these claims, Bild also reports that Leverkusen is very annoyed with media suggestions that their coach is speaking with Bundesliga title rivals. Liverpool has expressed interest in Xabi Alonso and communicated this to Leverkusen, whereas Bayern hasn't. Bayern awaits a signal from Alonso to initiate negotiations. Meanwhile, Leverkusen denies the existence of a release clause in the coach's contract, indicating a transfer fee would be required for his departure. Leverkusen is also frustrated with the media tactics involved. Bayern might have to pay more than Liverpool due to their status as rivals. This situation could favor Liverpool. Naturally, Leverkusen wants to retain Alonso. He's been doing an incredible job at the Bay Arena for just 18 months. But if he leaves, they'll certainly do everything they can to prevent him from going to Bayern. Bayern Munich, besides being the closest rival, has a track record of signing the best talents from the division. As Germany's biggest club, they wield significant media influence. Leverkusen may view the reports as an attempt to destabilize them in the title race, which would be challenging if they had to compete with Bayern for Alonso. The final decision on Alonso lies with the coach. Liverpool seems like an attractive option. For Leverkusen, if Alonso needs to leave, let it be for Liverpool. The focus remains on Leverkusen's historic season. Facing Liverpool in the Europa League could be a chance to use frustration with rivals to their advantage. As Liverpool prepared to travel to Prague for the final Europa League match, unfounded rumors surfaced on social media about goalkeeper Mohamed Salah's injury. This caused concern among Liverpool fans, as losing Kelleher at this point would be disastrous. With Alisson Becker already sidelined due to a thigh tendon injury, Kelleher excelled and performed tremendously in the Carabao Cup final. With Manchester City visiting Anfield on Sunday, March 10th, losing Kelleher would leave Liverpool with their third-choice goalkeeper, Adrian. However, fans can breathe a sigh of relief as Kelleher was photographed training before the Europa League game against Sparta Prague on Wednesday. The goalkeeper's images refute the injury rumors and indicate he is ready to play. Kelleher's performances have attracted transfer interest, and Harry Redknapp suggested he may leave the club next season to be a starter elsewhere. Klopp praised Kelleher and emphasized his importance to Liverpool in the coming weeks. Fortunately, it appears Kelleher is not injured, which is a relief for Liverpool, relying on his performances to offset Alisson's absence.